Stop. Keep on, I said it ain't gon' stop. It ain't gon' stop, it ain't gon' flop. Stop acting like we ain't so hot.
What's going on, people? This is Inflewence coming at you live and direct. Maybe not live, but definitely direct as shit, as usual. This is a little update on my Dherbs journey. I know I said 20, I think I said it, made a mistake and said 21 days. It's usually 20 days, but I stopped at 10 just because I feel like I wasn't getting enough nutrition because I wasn't following the diet strict enough. I'm so used to intermittent fasting that I was still kind of doing that, and you can't do that with this diet because you're eating just raw. So in order to get all your nutritional value of the day, you need to eat. You know, usually I'm eating one big meal with all the, everything I need. But you need to eat all day basically, and I wasn't doing that, so I felt really weak. Actually, it wasn't bad after maybe 6 days. Let me start there. Okay. After I got past the caffeine withdrawal, which if you watch my other video, you can see I was going through it. And definitely, that is an issue. I'm not going back to caffeine. I feel like, and I mean, when I talk about it, people say I sound like a drug addict. But I truly feel like I am a caffeine addict. I mean, I was a caffeine addict. Definitely. And as with any drug, you go back and then you start wilding out. So I already know myself. If I go back and have some caffeine, it's gonna turn into 2 drinks, energy drink, and I just need this to get home. I just need this because I'm tired, but I'm tired from having caffeine. So it's just a vicious cycle I'm ending. I'm not going back to caffeine if I can help it. If I slip off the wagon, I don't know, but I'm not trying to. So I'll start there. The caffeine withdrawal was hell. If you're in caffeine, if you're on caffeine, and you have a lot of it, if you do the Dherbs, you will definitely feel it. I mean, even if you stop it, I stopped cold turkey, so it is what it is. I would suggest weaning yourself off before you get on the Dherbs, and then starting the cleanse, because I had to do cold turkey since I started the cleanse, so you can't have any. So it was just a mess. It was terrible when I tell you, but. Once I got past that, that was like 5 days, a good 5 days to get past everything, all the symptoms, the tiredness, all of that. Because first it was the migraines. That was the first 2 days where it was making me sick to my stomach, where I was getting nauseous. That's how bad the migraines were. After that, I had a dull headache. It felt like somebody was hammering. Some little Mario Brothers dude was in my head or something. So that was like for another day, and I was tired. The whole time I was lethargic as hell. Like I couldn't function. I couldn't really work. I was trying, I was getting behind in my job. Like I couldn't function. My brain wouldn't work. So about the 4th day, I was feeling okay as far as functioning. I could function. The headaches were gone, so that was great. Like after the headaches was gone, I was like, I can tackle anything. So that was wonderful. About the 5th day, that's when everything started getting to normal, and I was fine. Now, as far as the cleanse goes, I felt like it was working. I don't know. I had none of the symptoms that they do have, like side effects listed. And they're not really side effects. It's just detoxing. Like whenever you detox, your body's taking out your everything. Like when you're detoxing, you're even taking out some of the good stuff too. That's why you have to be careful. You have to eat right, as it says, because your body's taking out everything. Also, what else? Going to the bathroom. I know a lot of people are concerned with going to the bathroom and having to go all the time. There was 2 days in that fast that I did have to go a lot, but never was it where I felt like I couldn't make it to the bathroom, where it was about to be an embarrassing situation. Nah, I never felt like that. I never felt like crazy cramps or anything. I haven't, so that wasn't really an issue for me. I think that varies depending on how you eat. I'm already vegan, so, and I'm vegan vegetarian. sometimes well, in the past year, I slipped up a couple times where I did have some fish, but for the most part, I don't say vegan, I say plant-based. I do say vegan a lot, but when I say vegan, I mean a plant-based diet, because that's how I choose to eat and how I try to eat. So I eat like that all the time, and the only difference was I couldn't cook my food, and I'm not used to that. I'm used to at least steaming, and you could steam, but you just can't steam it as long as I usually steam it, which is probably bad because you steam out and you cook out the nutritional value of different vegetables. So that's the reason they want you to eat raw, so you get all the nutritional value. So, and I think the biggest drawback for a lot of people would be, I know my lady had problems with taking the pills. She's not a pill taker, a supplement taker. I'm a supplement taker, so I had zero problem with the supplements. Every 2 hours. They have a schedule, so, I mean, you can follow that schedule. Sometimes I deviated because I didn't get up on time because you're supposed to take the first one at 8, but sometimes I'm not up at 8, I'm up at 8:30, so it is what it is. So I had to take it when I could, and then I went from 2 hours from there. Don't take it before 2 hours, they say, I guess because it's different herbs in each one, and they don't want it counteracting or whatever. I don't know how you say what herbs are counteracting, but and they list everything that's in each supplement, so I think that's great. I would do some research and look at everything and see how you feel, because I did see some things about some of the stuff that was in there that's some of the things aren't good. And there's always, you never know where the sources are. Sometimes it's from the people that make the vitamins that they want you to take instead of the herbs. Sometimes it's the food companies that make the bad food. They put out these false, so you just false, I guess, false articles or whatever. So I guess you got to take everything with a grain of salt and just check out everything and do your research. The third biggest hurdle, well, not hurdle, but what I think you should keep in mind if you're going to do this is if you're on medication. You're not supposed to take anything other than the supplements. By no means does that mean don't stop taking your medication. I would just maybe consult your doctor, or consult a good nutritionist or a doctor that's a holistic doctor that knows some stuff about herbs and things, just to see, and do your own research as well about your medicine and what it counteracts, because things counteract and it flushes it out as well, so it might not be as effective if you're taking it while you're doing the cleanse. I think that's it though. I would recommend it after you do your research on everything. Started the cleanse at 209 and I ended the cleanse 10 days. Took my weight, I was 200. So I lost 9 pounds. It claims you'll lose 10 to 30 pounds, but that's depending on if you need to lose that much for one. For one, you might not need to lose that much. For two, it depends on how well you follow the plan. I did 0 exercises during that time. They do say you do yoga. You should do yoga. You should do different stretches and exercises of that. They don't want anything high impact though, because you don't have a lot of nutrition in you. You can't take anything extra, so you could, depending on how well you do with working out on an empty stomach and not having no food in you. That could be an issue. Now, if you eat enough of the raw, it's fine to work out because you can eat a raw diet all your life, and you probably should. You should eat 51% of your meals should be raw. So there's that. But yeah, I didn't do any working out. I drank my water, but I was even slipping with my water. So that's another issue. You need to get all your water in. I was slipping on that. Sometimes I wouldn't drink everything, and unfortunately, that's probably why it didn't work as well. Also, I don't think with my diet, I don't think I have a lot of excess. Some people, depending on your diet, have a lot of excess waste. So all that stuff is gonna come out. You're you're eating raw, so you're not giving your body building up. So it's coming out, stuff that's coming out a lot of times will be stuff that's been in there. So if you have a bad diet, you may want to think about this, doing the Dherbs. Now, I'm not sponsored by them at all. It's just something that me and my lady wanted to do, and I just wanted to make a video on it. So if you had the Dherbs, and leave a comment about your experience on them, and if you're thinking about it, you can ask me any questions. If I can answer them, I will. And I appreciate you watching this video, and I'll get up with you later. Peace.
Hip-hop, I feel, I gotta say, who am I, you might say, influence, and I spit better than most in this game, provoking thought with no cocaine.